Good afternoon from the newsroom. Investigators have confirmed that smoke was detected inside the cabin of the Egypt Air passenger plane shortly before it crashed into the Mediterranean on Thursday. 66 people on board were killed. In the last few minutes, there are reports that the flight's data recorders have been found.
After 2 days of scouring the sea, as of now, this is what's left of Egypt Air Flight MS-804. The twisted metal shows the ferocity of the impact, and among that, reminders too of the loss of life. These images were released by the Egyptian military. By sea and by air, they're continuing to search. Helped by their French counterparts, it is a challenging task. This member of the French military says, "You see lots of debris over the area, but we don't know if it's necessarily linked to the plane or if it was already there." And as the search for signs of the wreckage from the lost passenger jet goes on, so too does the search for answers about what exactly caused the crash. Today, what could be a significant development, with confirmation from investigators that smoke was detected inside the cabin. It's reported smoke detectors went off in the toilet and in the electrics. Minutes later, contact with the plane was lost. Authorities, though, still say it's too early to confirm what brought the plane down. In the meantime, the families of the victims await any news. Today in France, relatives are meeting with the country's Minister for Foreign Affairs. In Cairo, too, relatives gathered. Their anxious wait goes on. Conor Hunt, RTE News.
The Taoiseach, the Minister for Justice, and the Garda Commissioner are among several hundred people who have gathered at a service in Dublin Castle to honour Gardaí who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Garda Chaplain Father Joe Kennedy paid tribute to the 88 Gardaí who have died in service, including Tony Golden, who died 8 months ago. A man and a woman were injured after shots were fired through a window of a house in Cherry Orchard in Dublin early this morning. The shooting happened shortly after 1:30. The man and a woman, both aged in their 30s, were in the house at the time and received minor injuries. They were brought to St James's Hospital but have since been discharged. Gardaí and Ballyfermot have appealed for witnesses. The Taoiseach has paid tribute to the former GAA president, Joe McDonagh, who has died after a short illness at the age of 62. Mr McDonagh served as president of the GAA from 1997 to 2000 and won an All-Ireland hurling championship with Galway in 1980. He is survived by his wife Peg and their 3 children. In a statement, Enda Kenny said while his club had lost a champion, Galway had lost a hero. The current president of the GAA has also paid tribute to Mr McDonagh.
He had a passionate interest in the Irish language and in GAA. Joe never took things too seriously. He liked to have fun. And I suppose we shared all of that in common, and he loved knowing people. He was a people's person, and he knew people, and he was able to connect people with their clubs, where they were from. He was just an all-round nice guy and a good friend to everybody in the association.
Well, our GAA correspondent Marty Morrissey joins me now. Marty, Joe McDonagh was a giant figure in the GAA, a huge figure both on and off the pitch.
Mary, he was much loved by everybody. As Aegon O'Farrell said there in that statement to us earlier today, that he was just a man that you'd enjoy his company and love fun. He was born in Tuam 62 years ago and went teaching in St Aona's College in Galway. He loved with passion the Irish language in particular, Irish language and hurling. And of course we showed the clip of 1980 when he sang The West Awake. He became the 32nd president in 1997 to 2000 and played right half back before that, as I mentioned, for Galway for years, in fact, until 1990. The Taoiseach Enda Kenny also said his charisma and leadership qualities were in evidence from their days in college, and he had exquisite Irish and was one of the greatest speakers of our native tongue that I've ever heard. That was the Taoiseach. But all day Henry Shefflin, Joe Canning, Tomás O'Shea were all on Twitter giving him compliments, because he's a huge loss to his family, to Galway, to the nation, because the GA family worldwide absolutely loved him. We don't know the final funeral arrangements. I believe they're going to be on Monday evening and Tuesday, but they have yet to be officially announced. But a sad day for Galway and the GA. Indeed.
Thank you very much, Marty Morrissey. Part of Dublin's Lewis Red Line in the city centre will close this evening for a number of months. The closure is to facilitate work on the Lewis Cross City project, which will join the 2 existing lines by the end of next year. From 9 o'clock tonight until the end of July, Red Line Lewis trams will terminate at the Jervis stop with a replacement bus service to the point. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. A very good afternoon to you.